Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My review. We're gonna do the WWE Monday Night Raw review. Monday Night Raw just went off the air a few minutes ago. We're gonna talk about what happened on the show. We're gonna go through all the matches, all the backstage segments. This is how the show ended. Jey Uso won the Intercontinental title from Braun Breaker in the main event, a very good main event. And kind of shocking. I didn't think they would do it, but they did. Now, I just want to say welcome back to my channel. This is Jacob Cast 2024. I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Hopefully you guys can enjoy my video. My video will be like an hour and 30 minutes. My video has been sponsored by my other favorite podcasters like Solomon, Fightful, Pro Wrestling, JD from New York, Good My Work Commentary, The Post Wrestling, No DQ, and any other podcasters I know. Now this is how the show ended. Now they did advertise 3 other matches. We know we're gonna see Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman in a last man standing match next week, as well as Kofi Kingston versus Chad Gable, Xavier Woods versus Rey Mysterio. Those are 3 matches that they advertised for next week on Raw. Now this show was okay. This show was pretty good. Wasn't much to talk about except for this. Jey Uso after 14 years, 14 years after 14 years in the company, 14-year veteran in the company, wins his first single championship, his first IC championship. Jey Uso, one of the most over baby faces on Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso really improved since coming out the whole Bloodline story. Just look about what Jey Uso done since the Bloodline. Ever since he wrestled Roman Reigns back in 2020 when he had that great match at Classic Castle, Hell in a Cell, he won the tag team match with the brother, and they were champion for they were the longest reigning tag team champion, 627 days. They main evented WrestleMania. Jey Uso was the first man to pin Roman Reigns in 3.5 years. Jey wrestled his brother at WrestleMania. He challenged for the world title. He challenged for the IC title a few times, and he finally won it. Now this was a great match. It was awesome. Jey was mega over. He had a great entrance. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on for a minute. All right, now actually, might put it pause it. All right, now let's get back to my review. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. Now here are the other podcasters on the show. There's Joe Cronin. Vince McMahon released statement on Netflix. Enough of these damn commercials. Come on now.
WWE has been doing it for a long time now. There's always a new thing. There's always a new fix. Then it became don't show the divas stuff.
Alright, there's no DQ.
5 of the Viking Raiders, but we'll see. I mean, the Viking Raiders should be back pretty soon. Here's an example of why I think Raw is ultimately better as a 2-hour show, even though Raw.
Alright, here's the post wrestling.
I'd also add, I'm very disappointed when I heard Jim Ross on his podcast state that there was no outreach to Jim Ross. Like, if I was making a Vince McMahon documentary
and I was making a list of people that I would want to have on there. Jim Ross is not at the top of the list, but he's definitely in the top 10. AEW. All these reports are just making me go, all right, I want to pull up what's left in my hair. But,
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Now, as they talk about the report on the Lucha Bros Bad Blood main event, it says Seth Rollins after being kicked out of NFL game. New backstage report claims AEW star Lucha Brothers have not signed yet with WWE. Rhea Ripley names who she pitched for a Survivor Series War Game team. Cody Rhodes reaches interested merchandise milestone. Report on WWE Bad Blood 2024 main event. Alright, here's Fightful. IC title changed hands.
A lot of people were wondering, like, hey, Braun Breaker. We know he's on a hot streak. But Jey Uso has been trying to get singles gold for the longest time. Going into the show, where were you at in regards to this?
Well, I was completely wrong because if you watch Rhapsody Saturday on their YouTube channel, I did an entire take where I said it kind of feels like Jey is a singles wrestler speak, and I was like, I don't know where he goes from here. I don't think he's gonna win this match, and lo and behold, he won. So, guess I was wrong.
Damn, are you disappointed? Are you
No.
disappointed that he won, or are you happy that you were wrong?
No, I think he needed to win. Because I think if he lost here, and they kept putting over on commentary that this is what his 7th attempt at winning a singles title, and so if you got him up to 7 attempts and he lost again, I don't know how you could come back from that.
Dude, that's the thing. Everybody was wondering, like, okay, if Jey Uso doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship, where does he go from here? And so it kind of felt like we were running into this wall. But at the same time, it's weird because even though Jey Uso has been going for the title, or for just singles goals, period, it felt like it was just bad timing for Jey Uso. Because, okay, World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther was killing and doing his thing. Damian Priest was killing and doing his thing. And then on this side of the Intercontinental, for this title here with Braun Breaker, it felt like it was just bad timing across the board for Jey Uso. It felt like, yeah, you could be champion, but right now we got other options, other people that were sort of it's working out for them. And to me, Braun Breaker's reign as champ could have easily gone a whole long time. However, because Braun Breaker's future does feel so bright, it does feel like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt Braun Breaker, in my opinion. Right now, Braun Breaker losing the title to Jey Uso, it doesn't feel like it hurts him. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't feel like it hurts him at all.
No, I don't think it hurts him either. I think that he was a great champion for the time that he had the belt. And that's kind of why I felt like he was going to win here. It felt like, oh, they're not done with Braun. They're clearly invested in him. He's got his catchphrase over. He's vastly improved during this time as a heel on the main roster. So I figured like this was just the beginning of that run. I was very shocked that they were cutting it short, but also, like I said, Jey needed this. You could not have him come in and lose for a 7th time. And then if you're going back to doing bloodline stuff with him later this year, Survivor Series, you couldn't prove Roman right. Because Roman's whole point is you're made event Jey because I made you made event Jey. So he had to come away from Raw and get an accomplishment on his own away from him, or else it all would have felt pointless. And I mean, even Braun pointed it out last week in the promo of, I didn't need my family to win. You needed them to get here, and without them, you can't win. So he needed to prove that wrong.
No, dude, you're so right, because you don't want to have that on your back. People being like, "Oh, we were right all along, and you suck, and you couldn't make it on your own over there on Raw. You couldn't, like you said, main event Jey Uso, but you actually can't even win any titles." Like at this point, I think people were starting to sort of feel bad for Jey Uso. I really do think that there are some people like I've seen on social media, on the chats and things like that were like, damn, poor Jey Uso, like he keeps going for it, but it's just not his time. It hasn't worked out for him. And so it felt like
it's really been
now
Jey
he
Uso.
needed it. He really
with the bloodline.
needed it. I think it would have hurt Jey Uso more to lose tonight than anything. I really do think at this point, had he lost to Braun Breaker, it would have hurt him. And I had a feeling, Bill. I had a feeling, but I still wasn't totally convinced, right? Going into it, I was honestly 50-50. And when Braun Breaker did his promo backstage and he said that he wanted or that he was going to be champion forever, the moment he said that, I thought he's losing tonight. He is so losing tonight because I almost felt like he jinxed himself, right? And so to me, that was the moment where I realized that Jey Uso was winning. But then when the match started, I wasn't really into like the first couple of minutes, and so I started to lose a little hope. But by the end of it, I felt like first of all, I got so much better towards the end, and the crowd was really into it. Ontario was a heart crowd, and by the end of it, I'm like, oh my god, Jey Uso needs to win here. Like I could feel the moment coming for him.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of the pacing of this match. I thought it started very slow. The beginning of this match started with a lot of Brian beating him down, a lot of trying to build up to those top hope spots for Jay. But I thought it was worth it in the end. I thought that once it picked up, it got better and better into the final stretch. Uh, the end of it where Jay hit that spear and then hit the Uso splash from the top. It felt very abrupt at first, but I was like, no, this is a good finish. I thought that this was a good way to finish it off. I wish we got more time with Jay's celebration before they cut us off, but can't have it all, I guess, man.
Yeah, it did end pretty fast. But USA on that time. The second it hits 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, at least for us. Well, at least for me, never mind. For me, they ended right then and there, man. But let me tell you something though. If you too feel it coming and you don't want it just to end right there, make sure to get Blue Chew code FIGHTFUL.
Blue Chew, main event performance, main event confidence, and a
All right, this is JD from New York. All right, so oh wait, hold on. All right, and new Jays with Strike single gold. Now, there's also some other that I want to talk about. There's some news and rumors here. Wait, did I see these already? I think I did. Wait, did I watch that? I'm not sure. Tony Khan speak, but doesn't say much. We know that SmackDown going to 3 hours in 2025. That starts in January. We know that WWE revives Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event returns on December 14th in Long Island, New York. I think we will see Cody Rhodes in the match. Alright. Now let me show you what happened on Monday Night Raw. These are all the segments, right? We know that Bad Blood on October 5th. Oh, by the way, the WrestleMania 41 tickets on sale Friday, October 25th. WrestleMania will be on April 19th, April 20th. Now, is this how the show opened up? Is that how the show opened up, or I'm pretty sure that's how the show opened up. With Braun Strowman and Big Bronson Reed began Raw with the Strutson. They brawled back. They had a very good brawl. Triple H had booked the guy very well. Bronson Reed been booked like a star. It shows Liv Morgan and Dominic. Now they actually came in a low rider. So Dominic pretty much mocked Eddie Guerrero coming in the low rider with Liv Morgan, and they watched the brawl with Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. They hyped up the match for next week, a live match dinner match. Triple H had booked Bronson Reed like he booked him so dominant. He booked him very strongly. This feud with Braun Strowman been awesome. We did get Dirty Dominic to be locked in a shark cage. So for the match with Rhea and Liv for the Raw Women's Championship at Bad Blood, Dominic will be locked in a shark cage, so we can't interfere. We might still get interfered by whoever. Maybe Dominic will try something. It does make it interesting. But it'll be locked in the shark cage. Sami Zayn had a pretty good match with Ludwig Kaiser. He beat Ludwig Kaiser tonight. Gunther still refuses to fight Sami Zayn, even after he beat Ludwig Kaiser. I think they will. I think we will get this match at Bad Blood. I think we have to. We have to have a little time to defend it on the pay-per-view because Cody Rhodes ain't defending it on the pay-per-view. So I think Gunther will. Maybe we'll book a stipulation. We'll have to wait and see. We still got like one more week. We got one more Raw left. Because the pay-per-view is next Saturday. Karen Cross continued to play mind game with The Miz. So those two are going to be feuding for a bit. Karen Cross hadn't really done much on Raw. The Miz, it looks like he's not going to be teaming up with R-Truth. R-Truth is taking time off. We haven't seen him in a while. Last time we saw him, he was taken out by Bronson Reed. So I guess he's still on the attack. He's taking some time off. So we got Karen Cross and The Miz. They're going to be feuding for a bit. Pronto into a big Bronson Reed match. We did get Rey Mysterio help Dragon Lee take down Carlito. So I get Dragon Lee beat Carlito. Now, I don't know what Rey Mysterio role is. Why is he still going after the Judgment Day and Dominic? Judgment Day and LWO, why are they still feuding? I don't know. Now, Rey Mysterio had to wrestle with Xavier Woods next week. I don't know why. They're both babyfaces. What's the purpose of that? Unless we get something. Also, apparently WWE seems to be teasing some kind of split with the New Day, with Kofi and Xavier. Xavier Woods snapped at Rey Mysterio, and that's why they're getting the match next week. We got Damage Control, now a big win against the Unholy Union and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So Damage Control, they win. They still want the tag team belt from Bianca and Jade. Drew McIntyre got a very good promo. Drew McIntyre vowed to send Punk to hell. Now CM Punk wasn't on the show tonight. But we're on the show next week since it's the go home show. I can't wait for the feud to end. It's been going on long enough. The feuds have been great. These two have feuded since January. Hopefully that they end the feud. It's a great. It's a great feud. The promos have been great. I do think this match may event. I'm not sure. Damian Priest discusses his history with Finn Balor. I think that feud will come to an end. Bad Blood has to be a pay-per-view where these feuds are gonna end. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan gonna end. Finn Balor and Damian Priest are gonna end. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are gonna end. Gunther and Sami Zayn will probably end. Punk and McIntyre are gonna end. I'm not sure about the tag team. Well, I think Cody will move on from the Bloodline. I think Cody will be Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Upset of the year.
Spanking new Intercontinental Champion. Braun was going to run through Jey Uso. Boy, was I wrong. And I'm happy I was wrong. They started mounting that comeback. After the first near fall, when he hit that splash, I said, well, that's the end of it. Braun's going to get up and spear him, and then that's it. But then he went to the outside. Braun went for that around the world spear.
He was selling monster.
Tough on acne, but gentle on your skin. Astrology's acne cleanser. Now at Target.
2. Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso. beats Braun Breaker clean in the middle of the ring to win his very first singles title in WWE. Nobody, I guarantee you, nobody is more happy at this moment, more than Jey Uso himself, than Rikishi. Rikishi is at home, man. He's busting out the shades. He's doing the old Too Cool dance in his living room as we speak. Rikishi himself is a former Intercontinental Champion, something else that he and his son now have in common. They have held that same championship. Although Rikishi didn't have it for very long, Rikishi had the title for less than 3 weeks. I suspect that Jey Uso may not have it very long either, although longer than 3 weeks, probably. But I don't expect him to have it for quite as long. I thought that the finish was a lot of fun. I thought they had a good match with a great finish, a very crowd-pleasing finish. Obviously, Jey is very over. And so the people in Ontario, California tonight were very happy to see a new champion crowned and maybe surprised. I don't know that there were maybe that many people expecting a title change. But again, I told you guys, I said, look, if I had a venture a guess, I thought Braun was going to retain. But I said, don't be surprised if Jey Uso walks out as the Intercontinental Champion. And if so, it does not harm Braun Breaker. Because I know these comments are going to come. How could they take the title off of Braun Breaker? He just won the championship at SummerSlam. And it felt like they were building something big with him. Right? He's going to hold it maybe until WrestleMania. Maybe he'll have it for a year. And here's, a great example. Not every champion needs to have a long title reign, because it also doesn't mean that they're not going to get the belt back. This is not the Attitude Era, where the titles were bouncing around every other week, playing hot potato every other week. Braun Breaker is no longer the champion. Guess what? Braun Breaker can be the Intercontinental Champion before long. Braun Breaker lost nothing tonight by losing to Jey Uso. And I have said that Braun Breaker, I believe, bell to bell in the ring, is a better wrestler than Jey Uso. I have more fun watching his matches than I do Jey Uso. But Jey Uso and Braun Breaker, there is no comparison as far as who the bigger star is at this moment. And I said coming into the show tonight, Jey Uso has not had a very good year since WrestleMania in terms of wins and losses. He had a World Heavyweight Championship shot at Damian Priest at Backlash. He did not win. He was in the King of the Ring tournament. He didn't make it to the finals. He was in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He did not win. He did not make it onto the SummerSlam card this year. That's why Rikishi was so vocal on his podcast about what they're doing with the Yeet Man. What are they doing with the Yeet Master? What is Triple H doing? And it was curious. Somebody as over as he is, how many more matches, big matches, can this man go in there and lose? At some point, he had to win. And I have to say, well, the bloodline should get involved. They should have them interfere, and it can cost them the match, and it can lead to bloodline versus bloodline or war games. But I kept telling you people, I said, it doesn't make sense. What sense would it make? All you're trying to do, you're trying to manufacture something that doesn't make any sense. He's had no connection recently with the bloodline. He's had no interaction with them. He hasn't said anything about them. They haven't said anything about him. It would have felt forced. Now, for the Judgment Day to get involved and run it, that would have made more sense than the bloodline. Thankfully, they didn't do that either. I would have grown at that finish. I'm actually glad we got a clean finish. But here's the thing that people also don't understand. Is it was really two things. Number one, Jey had to win big matches at some point. They were really going in hard on the story that he has never won a singles title before. This was like his big goal, right? He's got to win a singles title. He's got to prove that he can do it by himself. And they were really very heavy-handed with it tonight. And the moment that I knew, you can never be 100% sure, but the moment I became 90% sure that we were going to get a title change in this main event was in the Braun Breaker promo backstage on the show. Because I thought they did a good job of really building to it. They showed them, coming into the building at the beginning of the show. And we had a backstage interview with Braun. We had a little segment in the back with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. So they did a good job of really getting hyped up for that main event tonight. But in the Braun Breaker promo, he was so cavalier. And he was talking about how, Jey, you know what? One day, if you work your way back up into title contention, I'll tell you what. I'll give you another shot at the belt. just the way that he was talking. I knew as soon as that segment was over, I said, they're doing a title change. Holy shit, they're going to change the title tonight. And that's exactly what they did. So, number one, Jay had to win a big match at some point. Number two, as far as Braun Breaker, pay attention to the story of the match and listen to the announcers and just watch the match. They actually did give Braun a little bit of an out. And the out was he was very arrogant. There were different times during the match for him that he would stop and he would do push-ups in the middle of the ring. There was another moment where conquer your future and apply for a $2,500 back-to-school scholarship for
It was so good. I think we all decided to look the other direction just because we were having so much fun with it, which is fine. But again, now I feel like, dude, I would want to, if you can run it back or at least just have some matches there or what can be done here. But I really do think like there is a whole new, I don't know, she just feels different or better, or I don't know because I don't want to take away from her past work. She did such good work, but she does feel different right now.
One big part of
Jey Uso singles book. There was even a hint of Jey Uso and Sami Zayn going after the tag team title, which they dropped in light of what we're seeing now. Jey Uso going after the IC title and Sami Zayn going after Gunther in the World Heavyweight Championship. We don't know where that's going. But with the conclusion of this match, I start getting my brain cells working. And I always am someone that looks forward to, all right, what happens next? Where do we go from here? I don't know exactly what's going to happen at War Games, but me and Solomon talked about this on Tuesday, and he brought the idea up of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens against Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tom. Right now, the way that War Games is looking, it's probably looking a lot like that and less like everything that we predicted so far, which I'm okay with. Either way you get great story. But a lot of people are thinking, what happens next? Does Braun Breaker win the championship back clean, 1, 2, 3, and pretends like nothing happened? They can do that. Where they do it, I don't know. I think Bad Blood is basically booked. I don't think they're going to be adding any more to the Bad Blood card. Though I originally stated I wouldn't mind seeing this on the Bad Blood card. Uso in Atlanta, Hotlanta, would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they maybe save it for Saudi, and we see the rematch there. But what happens with the Intercontinental Championship? Braun Breaker wins clean? Kind of boring. Does something happen in that match that leads to Jey Uso losing the title back to Braun Breaker? Does his family get involved? Does his family look at this and look at Jey with jealousy? Could be. Does Solo look at Jey Uso
Jonathan.
with jealousy? Solo Sikoa never won the WWE Championship in 2 occasions in both roles. Don't you think that would be eating him up inside to see his brother go on successfully while Solo is leading the Super Bloodline faction, wants to call himself the Tribal Chief with the Ulafala, and doesn't have the WWE title to show for it? And Solo Sikoa will be the catalyst to ruin Jey Uso and have him lose the Intercontinental Championship back to Braun Breaker, basically putting the wheels in motion to get Jey Uso and Jimmy aligned to take out Solo and align themselves with Roman Reigns. I don't know. But it's way too early to start thinking about any of that. At the end of the day, I said this weeks ago, just trust the process of Triple H. I know a lot of what we've been given on TV has been kind of lame, especially on the Friday night side. Things need to pick up over there. Monday Night Raw has been the hottest show that WWE puts on. But I did say trust the process. Things are starting to pick up. Bad Blood's build has been very good. The Bad Blood card looks fucking great. Triple H is going to cook from this point on. We got a lot to look forward to. And here's the latest traffic. They are just no longer, let's throw them in the middle of the pay-per-view calendar and just get by because that's what they want. They're paying us, whatever. We'll just put anything on those. They've actually put on very good Saudi shows that are pertinent in the storyline development and progression of what we see on TV. It used to not be that way. Then we got War Games. You know shit's gonna go down on War Games. And then we got Saturday Night's Main Event. And then we got that January 6th Netflix debut. Netflix for Monday Night Raw. And then after that, the Royal Rumble. WWE has
Hold on a second. My bad.
going to lose it. Well, you may be correct in that. Look at what he did with the Intercontinental Championship. You don't think he's going to hold it?
Looks can be deceiving.
Nah, I'm not gonna bother.
Until at least WrestleMania.
Some good shit, man. All right, I want to get into some of the other topics from Raw, so I'm just going to work my way down the line of things we haven't talked about. We had Dragon Lee versus Carlito. This was a match that was made backstage. Nothing too crazy to really get into in regards to this. Rey Mysterio comes out, obviously gets a really great pop from the Ontario crowd. Look,
What he had to say about the Netflix series. I don't regret participating in the Netflix documentary. The producers had an opportunity to tell an objective story about my life and the incredible business that I built, which were equally filled with excitement, drama, fun, and a fair amount of controversy and life lessons, pal. Unfortunately, based on an early partial cut that I've seen, this documentary falls short and takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self, Vince. The nice guy. The title and promos alone make that evident. A lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers use typical editing tricks with out-of-context footage and dated sound bites to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. In an attempt to further their misleading account, producers use a lawsuit based on an affair that I ended as evidence that I am, in fact, Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides to every story. Bill Simmons should send him a gift basket because he just gave this documentary the best advertisement that he could possibly ask for. Because I hear that statement and I think to myself, well, you know what? Maybe this documentary is going to be more fair than I thought. My expectations were kind of low going into Wednesday. But now I'm a little more optimistic about what this documentary is going to look like. Thanks, Vince. Janelle Grant's attorney followed with a statement of her own. Vince McMahon physically and emotionally abused, sexually assaulted, and human trafficked Janelle Grant for more than 2 years. Calling his horrific and criminal behavior an affair is delusional and nothing more than a sad attempt to save his shredded reputation. Although Ms. Grant has not seen the Mr. McMahon docuseries, we hope it shines a bright light on his abhorrent and criminal actions by accurately portraying the realities of his abusive and exploitive behavior. Ms. Grant will no longer be silenced by Mr. McMahon. Her story, though deeply troubling and exceptionally painful, is one that can help other abuse survivors find their voices. We seek to hold McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE accountable, and to give Ms. Brandt her day in court. So there you go, dueling statements here on the eve, well, almost eve. Wednesday is drop day for the documentary. It's again 6 episodes, an hour each. I think they're all dropping at once. It's Netflix, and once I have a chance to watch all of them, I will be giving it a review. So, for better or worse, we're going to check this thing out and see how it turns out. But anyway, that is the update there. I saw Vince McMahon tweet it. I thought to myself, oh my God, well, what is this about? I mean, it's a rare thing when you see a Vince McMahon statement pop up on Twitter. But that's about what I would have expected.
Promos, video promos that they've done for like a match in a while.
I think what they've been doing with Bronson has been great. Ever since he jumped Seth Rollins in that segment, this has been a great blow up for him. He's been fantastic in everything they put him in. Even that week where he couldn't be in the title tournament and he came back and jumped Braun, I thought that was great. And Braun desperately needed this because for a while he felt kind of directionless, and so he needed a feud like this very badly. And I thought that this has worked out very well. Starting the show with please slow down. The Echo Pro attackers.
To a decision tonight, and we finally have a decision on what's going to happen with Monday Night Raw's 2 largest athletes. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman in a last monster standing match, last man standing match on Monday night next week. That's what we're getting on the Go Home show for Bad Blood. And the way that they've gone about it, to me personally, it's been some of the most fun watching this show all year. Just the sheer chaos and the unpredictability of everything. You don't know where the chaos is going to happen at a moment's notice. Destroying backstage areas and cars and tsunamis going off left and right. Security geeks being tossed around one by one. I thought the ring was going to break tonight because they certainly teased it happening. And I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do get that spot in the last man standing match because that's what WWE does. But how big has Bronson Reed's star gotten since that Seth Rollins demolition a few weeks ago? He's been one of the best things about Monday Night Raw. And with Seth Rollins out with real life injuries, and nobody knows when he's going to come back, we have that match ready and waiting when he does. Bronson Reed was on the warpath. R-Truth, The Miz, Braun Strowman. We finally met his match with Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman is the biggest monster on Monday night. How great is Bronson Reed to take down the old monster and assume the throne as the new monster on Monday night? Everything about this has been booked perfect. The chaos has been perfect. And it's been one of the most fun things about pro wrestling on weekly television that I've had this summer. Love it. Drew McIntyre, I promised to CM Punk. If CM Punk made a promise to him last week, we'll go over what he said. R-Truth, oh, not R-Truth, I was going to say Xavier Woods. I don't know why I got R-Truth on his mind because I mentioned Bronson Reed. Xavier Woods, he's still upset because the New Day can't seemingly get a win. Don't know where that's going, but they did mention the 10-year anniversary next month of the New Day. Are we looking at a 10-year anniversary with sadness because Xavier Woods is going to turn heel on Kofi? Does this lead to Big E coming back to television in a non-wrestling role? I don't know. But I'm more interested in the New Day now than I've been in the New Day in the last 5 years. So that says a lot. American Made finally got a win under their belt after they beat the New Day tonight. And we got a lot more to talk about on this episode of Monday Night Raw, which I appreciate you guys coming here to the stream to hang out with me on this Monday night. I appreciate you guys very, very much. We got 2,700 people in here on a Monday night, man. Thank you. Thank you,
Oh,
thank
they
you,
are
thank you
hyped up.
for all the support. We got 530 likes. I'd love to see that get up to it.
To him, mentally. But Drew essentially promises to make CM Punk bleed and suffer. This was a fine promo, but it did not hit the same way that the CM Punk win, the CM Punk one hit last week, because CM Punk looked into that camera and was so freaking intense and terrifying that I bought it. I was like, bro, I'm afraid of you. But Drew, he kind of did a little bit of the same thing. I wasn't as terrified of Drew, but I think it was maybe just the way that they looked. Like CM Punk was really, really intense in that moment, in that promo.
I don't know, man. Drew McIntyre is a very big man. And just the idea of him telling you that he's going to fling you around a cell and make you bleed and hurt you. I don't know how you can't find that cell. Again, that's a very big man.
That is true. That is true. It's the facials, though, Phil. The facials.
I agree. I think it's
Can't go back. I can't go back. Bro is having flashbacks here. So Rhea explained that Dom is going to be hanging above the ring in a shark cage for her women's championship match against Liv Morgan, so that way he can't get involved, even though you and I both know he'll find a way to get involved. He'll drop something. I mean, maybe he'll be able to fit through bars. It's like a cage, right? Why do you do a cage? Because you want to keep people from interfering in the match. You want to keep people in the ring, in the cage, and you want to keep people from coming into the cage. I would say the cage has about a 4% success rate in keeping people out of it, typically in wrestling. So you know that it probably will not keep him neutralized in the way that they think. Ripley said that she would win back the title that she never lost, and then she dropped Liv with a headbutt. I was expecting something like that as far as Dominic. I knew he was going to be ringside in some way, so it was just a matter of, are they going to announce a formal stipulation? Is it going to be something where he's banned from ringside? I didn't think they were going to ban him, even though, if you think about it, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Put your logic cap on here for a second, okay? If Adam Pearce was so worried about Dominic interfering in Liv's match, right? He doesn't have a manager's license. In the old days, he needed a manager's license. If this is a real big concern of his, why doesn't he just ban Dominic from ringside? Why do they have to go through the effort of constructing and transporting this shark cage and suspending this human being 15 feet above the ring? It's just silly. But he's as much a part of the story as anybody, so of course they want him there for the match. Honestly, them adding this stipulation only makes me think even more that Liv Morgan is going to retain this title. And if I were booking this, I think I would have her retain the women's championship. I think I would have her go over. Again, Dominic can somehow, get the match. It's not going to be a clean win. But I think you give Liv the win. I think I would keep this going for a little bit longer, because I was thinking about this. If you ended in bad blood, and I don't know, maybe it would be an appropriate place to put a cap on it finally, but I still think there's juice to this feud, even if just for a couple more months. So I would keep it going, but let's say they don't. Let's say Rhea goes over and Rhea regains the women's championship. What is Rhea going to do? Like, what do you do with her between now and WrestleMania? Is she just going to kind of fall into this rut? Basically, like what the situation was with her before, when she was the women's champion, where she would have a match every now and then, but she wasn't even wrestling that often. And it wasn't like she was in the ring with people that you honestly believe had a chance against her. They had like no opponents for her. So even though I think Rhea is great, it was a very boring run that she had as champion. Like, if I put you on the spot right now, and I'm not talking about her WrestleMania match where she won it or where she retained it. Take WrestleMania out of the equation. If I put you on the spot and I said to you right now, I want you to think back. What was the most memorable match or the most memorable thing that happened during Rhea Ripley's run as champion? Give me a couple of really big memorable matches that she had. I would bet you that most people would not be able to answer that question. Wouldn't be able to answer it within 10 seconds. They'd have to really think. Off the top of my head, I can think back to the match with Nia. I guess in Australia at Elimination Chamber, but it's not like there's a whole lot to choose from there. It was a very forgettable run. So put the belt on her now. I just question whether or not Triple H has anybody waiting in the wings. Anything compelling for Rhea Ripley between now and WrestleMania? Would it not make more sense to keep the belt on Liv for another 2 or 3 months? And then have Rhea win the belt. I think that would be the better play. What else do you do with her? Who does she feud with? Who's ready right now on Raw to step in and feud with Rhea Ripley and challenge her for the championship? We had Sami Zayn one-on-one with Luke.
Because you can immediately look at this like, all right, well, this one they lost because
He got the job done for the most part.
he was getting the job done, which is part of the story here, but also what's telling them come against this. We got to compose ourselves, like all this interference stuff. We got to get down to business. But he was the one that could compose himself and Gable kept interfering. And he lost his cool and started beating down Gable. And that's what ultimately cost him the match. I thought that this was great because the Creeds needed this win, coming out of the Bray Wyatt stuff. But also, I thought it was a great way to continue to advance the storyline with Kofi and Wood. Every time I watch this stuff, it just makes me very anxious. I'm like, great.
But it's coming. We know it's coming.
I just don't want it. And it's not that I don't want it since the storyline is not good. It's just, I just can't imagine one of them turning on each other. It's just, no, I just don't want it. I don't want it.
You think
It
you're
hurts.
gonna cry? You think you're gonna cry?
I just don't want it. Like it's gonna hurt. Like I don't want it. But I think everything they're doing has been fantastic. They took this small thing that started in a carrying cross TV, and they made this into a really compelling story. So kudos to everybody involved. This has been fantastic.
Yeah, I think that the stories, like especially the backstage segments, all the backstage segments have hit really hard because it comes across as sincere. I feel like Xavier Woods is sincerely angry. I feel like Kofi Kingston is sincerely trying to fix things. He knows that it's not. He knows that they're not on the same page, and he's trying to fix it. And so everything that they're doing backstage has come with layers too, and I like that because part of me in the beginning was kind of thinking last week, damn, I kind of agree with Xavier Woods. He should be mad because of this. But then I was also thinking Kofi Kingston is trying, he's making an effort, so I can't be mad at him. And then this week I was thinking a little bit differently. This week I was thinking, damn, Xavier Woods is being a little bit, he's coming across a little bit more whiny. And Kofi Kingston is coming off as someone who's trying to be reasonable. He is a little bit taken aback by the way that Xavier Woods is acting and some of the things that he says on the show. And Kofi is just kind of like, man, what are we doing here? And so all of that has worked for me because it feels authentic.
Yeah. I think there are a few things going here that add something later to it. I think going into it and knowing that Xavier's the only guy that hasn't had single success, but also he brought those guys together for them to succeed together. And it was never about having their own success. And I think his insecurities have been showing throughout the week, like especially in the segment when LWO comes back and he's like, oh, so you know better than me because you won a championship. Oh, you won a championship too. I thought that was good, but I also think it's great that everything that the New Day has gone through since Kofi lost the championship and just some of the frustrations that you have to assume are there with those two guys, you finally get this big title win and the way that the injury comes after. It just kept feeling like there were obstacles after obstacles after obstacles. And you can see on Wood's part just feeling like, all right, man, I thought it was going to be this. I see my dream of being king of the ring, and that didn't really get me to the place I wanted to be. But Kofi's kind of looking at it like, no, we're friends. I'm still just enjoying being your friend and having fun. He's like, that's not enough. And I get it. I think both of them have sound points. It just hurts to see them fight. I just don't want to see this.
Dude, okay, so both of them have single matches next week. I have a feeling that Kofi's going to win his, Xavier's going to lose his, and that's going to continue to drive his insecurity. Because like the part where you mentioned where he was talking to Ray and he sort of, was upset that he wasn't a champion. And that, but it's sounded like he was insecure, right? And so I feel like if he loses and Kofi gets a win next week, that's gonna drive him up a freaking wall and continue to like build to him eventually. So we'll see what happens on that end. But the story has been really, really good. All right, we got Jonathan Brody here who says, "Dad, I wanted Woods to turn heel." Damn. Oh, it'll probably happen sooner rather maybe in the next couple of weeks. I did think for a second it was gonna happen during the match because there was a moment, Phil, I don't know if you noticed, where he took a really, really long time to like get that tag to Kofi Kingston. Maybe it was just a camera angle, but I felt like they really emphasized that he was just there for like the longest time. And usually, whenever you see a tag team do that, you usually get a camera shot from the front, not from the front. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I thought it was different.
I think it was intentional because I think they were trying to drive home the point that Will
Yeah.
started to win the match. And he was reluctant to just tag Kofi because he felt like he doesn't need to come. He wasn't ready to come. But also it just plays into their lore and how long it took for Woods to be a part of the winning team to win the belt. Because usually it would be Kofi that won the belt, and Woods would be part of the team that followed him to the finish. It took him a very long time to be one of the guys, all the way into SmackDown. But yeah, I like what they're doing. I do think he's gonna lose the way next week. I do think it's gonna continue this infighting.
Probably. Jonathan, thank you so much for that super chat, man. We got Marky Loves here who says that match was healed to make the tag team division lit. Love it, man. That was a really great freaking match. And I'm such a big fan of the Creeds too, so I was so happy for them to get that win. And it looked great, man. And their gear, oh, that gear looks phenomenal. Like whoever made that, kudos, man. That shit was really, really good.
I really like the Creeds. They're great tag team.
They really are. We got Brandon Caballero here who says, "New Day are stale. Give me the drama. Fill your heart."
Well, they did need this because they were not doing anything interesting as a tag team. They definitely needed this. So no matter what the outcome of this, whether they stay together or break up, this was much needed because they had no direction.
We got Jonathan Corona here who says, "The only bad news for me is I decided to partner with Garrett."
And wiped them out with a dive off the barricade. Dragon Lee used the distraction to follow up with his version of the casino, pick up the win in about 2.5 minutes. This was Dragon Lee's first televised win since June. Remember when he first debuted on the main roster? He was on SmackDown, and he was getting a nice little push for himself. He started to get over his matches, getting over. And then they moved him over to Raw and he joined the LWO, and everything just seems to have fallen apart since then. There was a period of months where he didn't appear. No explanation for why. Like, I didn't see anything reported anywhere. Was it a visa issue? Was there injury? No idea. He just up and vanished. There was certainly no storyline explanation for it. But his first televised win since June, and he used to feel like a special talent. You know, when he first came to NXT, he came in with a lot of fanfare. His signing was made out to be a big deal. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it went sideways for him. But they've got some work to do, I think, to get him back even to the level that he was at back then. He's still not there. Like, we know the talent that he has. We know how much of a star he was.
Saturday Night Main Event's going to need some major happenings. There's no pay-per-view in December. Saturday Night's Main Event has a history of major things, history of major stories taking place. The way I'm looking at it, start setting it up now. Rhea versus Liv for the Women's World Championship, and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, part 3. Or, if they want to do Cody and Reigns, maybe we do that. And maybe we do Roman versus Solo. Either way. I can see either one of those scenarios happen. But I do think that Raquel Rodriguez is going to be at Bad Blood. Actually fits the name as well. Raquel absolutely needs a gimmick change or a character change. character advancement. Nobody wants to see her like she was in the Vince era. So it could be a net positive all the way around. Sami Zayn. He went one-on-one with
Sequel to this segment because later in the show, Adam Pearce is summoned over to this commotion that's going.
All right. Hold on a minute. Xavier Woods, like I said, Xavier Woods losing cool during New Day match against American Made. We did not see Damian Priest tonight, and besides that vignette, he talked about his history with Finn Balor.
You can only Thursday night football.
This is you, and this is your lingering hunch.
my heart says the over. When I came back,
That was last week. Well, there wasn't that much on here.
Camden from the United Kingdom.
Wait, I think I already talked about this, didn't I? I think I already talked about this. Ring on.
We are almost there, finally, with this AEW television.
Oh wait, hold on.
We are almost there, finally, with this AEW television.
All right.
Hulk Hogan appeared on Logan Paul's podcast for
Wait, it's about Chris Benoit. Alright, now let's go back to JD from New York. Alright. Mirror request AEW release. I don't think I showed this. Or maybe I did. I might have shown it, but not SmackDown. John Cena versus main opponent. We know SmackDown going back to 3 hours. Kevin Owens joined AEW. AEW showing major interest in signing Kevin Owens. Losing more than 50 signed with WWE. Kevin Owens has a new contract expiring in a few months. AEW is ready and willing to throw in a ton of money at him. Does he stay or leave for AEW? Losing more than 50 signed with WWE. At Tony Khan let Ray Phoenix out of a contract early. And Xavier Woods may be alleged with the Motor City Machine Gun. We'll have to wait and see. Wait, I think I already talked about that one. You can do a once a month now. Final tomorrow night, final NXT on USA Network. So NXT going to CW. Wait, that was it? 3 minutes? Only like 1 hour. Wow. So yet they're done talking. Fightful, Reds, so Phil and Denise are done talking. We still got these three.
Says he should say
A little bit too loud. Alright.
Has been fantastic. Braun Strowman has been the beneficiary of that because he's been roped into this. And this is the best stuff he's done since they brought him back to the company. So all around, this has been a success, but it feels like something to do until Seth comes back. That's why I called it a side quest. But it's been great.
So when it's over, I'll be bummed. But this has been just an incredible turnaround for Bronson Reed, who has been, hanging around now all year. But they haven't really done anything of any great note until this. My only hope is that once Rollins comes back, I would have him beat Rollins. When Seth comes back, he should beat Seth Rollins. And then Rollins can, come back and get his win back. Because I know the plan is probably to build Rollins for CM Punk at WrestleMania. But go all the way with this push. Don't just end it when Rollins comes back. We didn't really intend for this, so it's only temporary. No, you created a must-see attraction on this show. It feels to me like when Bronson Reed comes out there, I sit up a little bit in my chair, like, all right, what are they going to do with him this week? What fun spot have they concocted here for him to be a part of this? Who is he going to destroy this? When he shows up, you know that chaos and carnage are going to follow. I hope that continues even long after Seth Rollins comes back, whenever that may be. I have no idea. I saw Rollins was at the football game, right? He was at the Bears game over the weekend, and he did a little angle with, I don't know who it was. I think an ex-player threw him over the wall in the stadium. They threw him over the wall onto the field. I'm like, don't tear an ACL. I would expect him to be back soon. But they aired that great promo I mentioned at the beginning of the stream later in the show, right before the main event. They aired this video. And it was Bronson Reed, like Godzilla, walking through the sea, and then straight across is Braun Strowman stomping through the city. And then they even did the animation like the Godzilla face. Godzilla versus King Kong. What have I been calling it now for weeks? It's exactly what I've been saying here on the reviews. It's like Godzilla versus King Kong. Their version of that. Exactly what it is. That's what makes it so fun. Why do you think those movies make $1 gazillion? Because people like to go to the movie theater and they want to see two monsters just destroy each other. It's the easiest thing in the world to sell. Drew McIntyre was out to the ring. CM Punk's promo from last week, a very serious, stoic promo that he cut. We'll be right back after these messages. One of the worst. That was one of the most awkward segments in the history of SmackDown. That's just a classic Vince McMahon segment. What that is.
never fails to make me laugh. Maybe that was the point. Maybe it was meant to be comic.
Match went 2 minutes. Dominic and JD McRib took out what's his name? Took out Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. Mysterio.
The vice president is we have seen, I think, Empress now. What are your predictions about?
This was Dragon Lee's first TV win since June, and his first singles win since March of this year. Can't wait for that Lucha Brothers inclusion in the LWO, huh? Yeah, I put them on SmackDown when they arrived in WWE. We'll talk about the Lucha Brothers a little bit later. There was a tease later in the show where everybody was like, oh, look at the Lucha Brothers are coming to WWE. Yeah, you guys, a lot of people made you look stupid on social media if you thought that. Karrion Kross, he was backstage. He approached The Miz, who's getting ready for his match against Bronson Reed. He told Miz that this match against Bronson Reed was a very bad idea. Yeah, I agree. Kross said nobody around there respects him anymore. Miz then asked Karrion Kross, what is your game? What do you want? Kross said monsters come in all different shapes and sizes. Miz says, yes, they do. He turned and left. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with Kross. I don't know what they're doing with The Miz. It's not really what I call quality television when The Miz is on television. But they may be setting Miz up, and I said this, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, they may be setting Miz up for a reset. I have no clue. I will take whatever we're getting with this Miz over the Miz that we got with R-Truth. That was all. They put them back together for a WrestleMania moment. R-Truth got his WrestleMania moment. They got their WrestleMania moment. The comedy never really went anywhere after WrestleMania. It was funny for a little bit, and then it became unfunny. And then people just started to say, I don't want to see this. And then Bronson, he did everybody a solid and took out R-Truth, and we haven't seen R-Truth since those 3 or 4 tsunamis that he delivered a few weeks ago.
I haven't seen.
But before we get to Miz and Bronson Reed, we got some Netflix employees sitting at ringside. Women from Netflix were cheering at ringside. The testator said that he loved that they were in the building tonight watching Monday Night Raw. I'm sure he will. Can't wait for Raw to get to Netflix, man. It's going to be a big one. Kathy Kelly. She interviewed Sheamus and asked Sheamus if he's done with Pete Dunne. Sheamus chanted, call him Butch. Call him Butch. Sheamus says he had a score to settle with Pete Dunne. He said, let's make this an English-Irish thing. But these guys, I said last week, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bar fight or some type of no DQ match like we saw in the past with Sheamus. There'll be bar tops and beer barrels thrown about at ringside, and we get some Irish pub brawl or something along those lines. It's going to end in one of those types of matches and one of those stipulations. But they're not done yet. It's going to be an English-Irish thing. Love both the English and the Irish. I've been to London, loved it once. Been to Ireland once, loved it. Miz made his ring entrance, doing one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Reed made his entrance next. He arrived at ringside. Strowman all of a sudden leapt off the ringside barricade. Strowman then ripped off his t-shirt and chokeslammed Bronson Reed onto the ring apron. This is in the ring with his hands up. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck you mean? What are you doing? Bronson Reed is getting taken out by Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman is actively saving your life, Miz. Fuck you mean? What are you doing? Miz went up to Strowman and started complaining about saving your life. Reed leapt through the ropes with a suicide dive, because that's exactly what you would want to see coming at you. Bronson Reed's suicide dive, and he took both men out. Security then ran out. Reed knocked 2 security guys down and landed a tsunami on 2 guys at the same time. One was laying flat on his back. The other guy was in a pinning position on top of the guy that was laying on his back. And then Bronson Reed goes off the top rope and delivers a tsunami splash across this poor schmuck's back. I would not want to be either one of those guys ever in life in that moment. I would never want to take that move. I would rather take a Gunther. Actually, I don't know. What is worse? That or a Gunther shot? I might have to go with the tsunami. It depends, though. Am I going to be shirtless with Gunther chopping? That's a very difficult question. What would you guys have to say? A Bronson Reed tsunami or a Gunther knife edge shot? I don't know. So Reed does a tsunami splash on both of these security beats. Strowman tossed another security guy over the top rope. Reed and Strowman squared off. More security ran out. Reed and Strowman beat everybody up. They collided middle of the ring with a double clothesline, and we got a double down. I don't know how many security beat up, man. It was almost like clown college. All these graduates just came out of the fucking clownmobile, and they ran into the ring. Hey guys, look at me! They were getting beat up one by one. I don't know where WWE gets these security guys from, but whoever's training the man is the absolute worst at their job. Terrible. Strowman stood tall in the ring as Bronson Reed pushed up the aisleway. We had so many security guys just trying to break these guys apart, and that's the way this segment came to close. I like this stuff, man. This is unpredictability. Nobody wanted to see a Miz and Bronson Reed match. Nobody gave a shit about that. The fact that they threw this in there and we got chaos and we got these geeks being thrown about and beat up and Bronson Reed goes off the top rope and does a tsunami splash on both guys at the same time and they start colliding with each other. It's like Godzilla meeting King Kong in the middle of the fucking ring. Great stuff. There was a spot in this whole where they were both on the top rope. This was before all of the remaining security guards came out there. Bronson Reed was perched up, sitting on the top rope. Braun Strowman was just pounding away on the back.
Braun said that somebody was getting their ass kicked and it wasn't going to be him. But he was willing to offer Jay another shot at the title down the road when he worked his way back up the ladder. Because Braun was going to be champion for a long time. Again, this is the segment where it just clicked for me. Like, okay, they're really doing this. You know, they're really going to change the title. This is the segment that gave it away. Then they aired that video I mentioned with Roman and Cody from Georgia Tech the other day in its entirety. We had the New Day against Brutus and Julius Creed. Again, just like last week, Kofi out there wearing green, Xavier Woods wearing all black. Julius gave Kofi a superplex. At the same time, Woods gave Brutus a superplex. That was ahead of the commercial break. Later on,
in the structure to end Drew McIntyre. Those are some pretty harsh words. Those are heavy words by CM Punk. Drew McIntyre stood in the middle of the ring. Very scattered CM Punk chants happening in Ontario, California. I'm prepared for this to be the end of CM Punk. If you are prepared for this to be the end of Drew McIntyre. He says they are already on the verge of this end. I am ready for this to end. He says he didn't want to get back inside Hell in a Cell. He said in his past Hell in a Cell matches, it's left him broken to this day. He said his wife has begged him for months to get away from CM Punk because she can see what this is doing to him and his family. Fans chanted CM Punk. He said the match will happen regardless of what their family wants both guys to do. Drew promised to make Punk bleed a lot. He says he'll make him feel more pain and suffering than he ever has before. He says it's always been good versus evil. He said Punk has always seen himself as a godlike figure, but he's just a man who is broken easily in the past. He says he will break him easily inside Hell in the Cell. Real new information coming out of this promo. Everything that we have done up until this point, we've extended all of those options. Everything we've said up until this point, there's nothing left to be said, both by CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. There's 1 week and a half to go. One Monday Night Raw to go before we get inside Hell in the Cell. What is the last show? What is the last Raw going to do to sell us on this match that we haven't gotten already? Match is made official. Match was made official by Adam Pearce. Punk talked about it last week. McIntyre talked about it this week. They made promises to each other in the last 2 weeks. What else is there to be done? No contracts need to be signed. I don't know. It's it. It's over. It's coming to an end. I said this on TNT. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I said this with the Solid Monster a few weeks ago on TNT. I don't know how McIntyre and Punk, even after Hell in a Cell, I don't know how they exist on Raw together, even after this. See, this is what I do. I can sit on the fucking toilet and take my morning constitutional dump and think about, hey man, what are we doing with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk after Hell in a Cell? I can be sitting at the fucking bar, watching the goddamn ball game, thinking about what is going to happen after CM Punk and Drew McIntyre enter Hell in a Cell, and it's all over. This is my job to ask what happens next. But if you guys watched TNT, it was even before TNT, it was that week, and then I reiterated it again with Jason on TNT. I said word for word, I don't see how they coexist on Monday Night Raw even after Hell in a Cell ends. Punk has already made his road. He wants the world championship. He wants Gunther. He's already called out Gunther. But Punk foolishly called out Gunther, and McIntyre then broke his bracelet because how could you call out Gunther when you haven't beaten me yet? You think by touching 4 corners in a strap match, you think that's going to get you a world championship match? It doesn't work like that around here. Not with me. The bracelet was broken. McIntyre beat the shit out of him, left him a bloody mess. We get Hell in a Cell. But this is what I mean. Even after that, if Punk goes after the world championship, you don't think McIntyre's going to want to get after CM Punk even though he's done after Hell in a Cell? This really should be the end-all, be-all in all aspects. Punk wins, goes after Gunther for the World Championship at the Survivor Series. McIntyre needs to leave Monday Night Raw. I said it weeks ago. Moving McIntyre over to SmackDown would be the best thing to do for Drew McIntyre. What What else is there for him to do on Monday Night Raw after he loses to CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell? He's not going to go after the Intercontinental title. He's not going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. What else is there for him to do? I'd love to see trades happen on Monday and Friday night. What happened to trades between Adam Pearce and Nick Owens? If he wants to be done with it, maybe we trade Drew McIntyre over to Friday night in exchange for AJ Styles. He's not really doing much of anything. That's what I would do. They need heels over there, don't they? They need heels over on SmackDown. A lot of that is going to be alleviated when Randy Orton turns heel. Is Kevin Owens turning heel? I don't know. We've gotten the Kevin Owens heel turn before. How many times can he turn his back on a friend and turn heel and then go babyface and turn heel, face and turn heel? It's a tired narrative over and over. Who wants to see that? Maybe what Kevin Owens has done the last 2 weeks is to throw you off for the real heel turn that's going to come. That's going to be Randy Orton. I don't think we're getting a heel turn yet. Because I do firmly believe that we are going to get all of this that you're seeing on Friday night lead into Orton. Cody's going to try his hardest to convince both Randy and KO to team with him and Roman at War Games to finish the bloodline off once and for all. And when they don't, that's where you're going to see the RKO. That's where Cody's going to have that RKO hit him out of nowhere. And we are on our way to having Cody and Randy feud for the WWE title. Meanwhile, you don't turn Kevin Owens heel. What good would that do to turn KO and Randy? That's why I would move Drew McIntyre over to SmackDown, have him be the heel, have Randy be the heel, keep KO babyface. That's what I'm kind of envisioning for Friday Night SmackDown. But again, I mean, this is all hearsay. This is just a fantasy book. But that is going to be an issue after Hell in a Cell. What do we do with Drew McIntyre? Again, you have to ask these questions. What do you do with Drew McIntyre after Hell in a Cell? I don't know. I don't know. You could do Drew and KO. Just some food for thought. Just thinking out loud. Live in front of 2,500. I can't wait for this Hell in a Cell match, man. That's the second week in a row that we've gotten the mention of blood. I don't know how WWE is going to push the envelope, how far they're going to push the envelope on October 5th. But there will be blood. And I mentioned last week, I would have this be very similar to what CM Punk did with MJF in AEW during their dog collar match. Same level of intensity, same level of bloodshed. That's what I would do. It's a good foundation for them to build off of and emulate going into Hell in a Cell. Kathy Kelly interviewed Adam Pearce about the Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman situation.
All right. Well, might will end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more. And next time, I'll see y'all later.